Southern group which supported Buhari cry out now because they are being humiliated. This is according to Elliot, founder Igbo Youth Movement IYM and Secretary General of Eastern Consultative Assembly ECA. Evangelist Elliot Ugochukwu Uko has said that the Southern group which supported the emergence of President Muhammadu Buhari has now begun to speak up against his administration policies because they are being humiliated publicly by the president. Uko, who stated this in a statement made available to an online correspondent on Friday, accused the Buhari's government of promoting a culture of lawlessness by its disobedience of court orders and also extrajudicial killings of particularly pro-Biafra agitators in the southeast geopolitical zone. According to him, it has now become obvious with the treatment meted out to Sahara Reporters publisher Omoyele Sowore by the Department of State Services that we do not have a country. And I'll tell you guys this again and I'll keep repeating it every time and every day if it will make a difference to you. Nigeria has expired 1st of January 2014. What we have now is a contraption. It has always been a contraption, but now it's a bigger contraption of mediocrity. In apparent reference to the Southwest Zone, which led the Southern All Progressive Congress APC alliance that brought Buhari to power, Uko said that the Southern group that supported the emergence of the president in 2015 out of envy and spite for the people of Eastern Nigeria have only succeeded in electing a government which now subjects them to constant public humiliation. He pointed out that over 50 years after the Biafra War, Nigeria has come to a stage where there is not much hope for the future. This, he said, is a result of hypocrisy, nepotism, and fear of truth by those who found themselves in control of the government. The unfortunate mistake consistently made by leaders of Nigeria and their friends is the quite infantile assumption that the younger generation do not note their hypocrisy, nepotism, parochial regional agendas, and their sickening paranoia and fear of the truth. They need to be told in very clear terms that the younger generation are conscious of these avoidable flaws and that they are deeply disappointed, he said. Half a century after the very internecine fratricidal bloodbath that threw up a very corrupt and inept political class, the world has noted with disappointment that total absence of any positive outlook from any indices or parameters that could point to hope of any sort in the near future. Today, the leadership's certain folks enthroned out of anger, envy, and other self-serving reasons have emerged both uncontrollable and insensitive, marching ferociously with a never-before-seen single-mindedness to only God knows where. Today, their Southern partner and ally is deliberately being publicly humiliated in a manner to suggest someone wants to provoke a fight. Uko said the humiliated zone has, however, met secretly to vow that enough is enough over the continued detention of their son, Omoyele Sowore, for calling for a revolution. Today, a large chunk of the community of the humiliated zone have met secretly and vowed that enough is enough. That is what he said. So hopefully this is true. That some people have gathered up to say, wait, enough is enough. We will not allow this man to make a mockery of who we are. They are suddenly speaking up against the continued detention of their son over his demand for a revolution. One newspaper suddenly woke up to the fact that our leader is a general, and that's Punch newspaper, and should be addressed so. Even our respected Nobel laureate called the enforcer dogs. Quite interesting times we are in. We all need to be reminded that every adult Nigerian enjoyed this same great leadership style of our Messiah between 1984 to 1985. It could not have changed overnight. He has always been the same good old Messiah with the same worldview over the years. His religious, cultural, regional value could not have suddenly changed. He is here for good, for all of us to enjoy his unequal leadership traits. 200 million Nigerians are thoroughly enjoying these great leadership skills. We are all very grateful to those who brought and enthroned him 4.5 years ago, which brings us to the sickening hypocrisy and the two-faced culture of our senior lawyers and so-called human rights and democracy warriors. As far as they are concerned, it was all right to march around singing boys and girls in a school compound in Aba and slaughter them. That was cool, as we didn't hear a whimper from our loquacious human rights lawyers. Protesters have been mowed down in Onitsha, Port Harcourt, Awka, Asaba, Umaya, including inside the church of Nkwo. Everybody kept mute, thereby approving and institutionalizing extrajudicial killings. Dozens of court orders have been disobeyed in the past 4.5 years. Thousands have been murdered by herdsmen within the same period. National Assembly, resident of senior judges have been invaded. We accepted all these anomalies because of political convenience. Today, Southern ally of the government are finally discovering the courage to speak up. Probably because they are weeded out from government like unwanted weed. Could be because they saw Ndigboru rally around their own son. Maybe. Whatever opened their eyes should also prick their conscience. As we wonder aloud, do we have a nation? We only react when our own son is involved and play blind when Easterners are murdered extrajudicially. Do we have a country yet? It's very instructive that those who brought the Messiah only spoke up when they became victims. Very interesting times indeed. Everybody should be reminded that his hypocrisy and pretense to one country is actually the chief reasons millions of Nigerians want out of the union. The hypocrisy and the pretense is sickening. Now, that is the opinion of Mr. Elliot, Evangelist Elliot Ugochukwu Uko. Well, from my own personal observation as regards this, I don't think it's just the southwest of Nigeria alone. Of course, they are the major owner of the party. They built the party that brought Buhari right there into power. But just like what it is, everyone in the north, in the south of Nigeria are involved in what has brought us to this point. But then there are exceptional people that have decided that they want out, or they demand for a country that the masses are actually the voice that is stronger, not just some few minority, not just some few elites, not just some few people that are supposed to serve. That is my own take about it. So it is not just yes, I was even wondering why the vice president that claimed that he's a pastor, he claimed that he is a lawyer, is a professor, will not speak against tyranny. That is because even the groups and certain groups of people that speak, they speak because they have nothing to enjoy, in that there's no facility for them to enjoy. So they speak as if they have the truth. They speak truth to power. But when they are part of the administration and they are licking their own oil, licking their own honey, you barely hear anything from them. So I see hypocrisy being played from both right to the left. But then, are we going to dwell in this? No. We have to call a spade and not a shovel. We have to go back to the drawing board. And because some groups of people cannot sit with us on the drawing board, because their mindset, their reasoning is far different from ours, that is why it is better for them to cut off and stay away. And that is the message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And he has gotten more. He has gotten more of this when he met Omoyele Sowore, because they were able to share ideas that would take us to the next level. So what we need to do is to stand side by side and forget about tribalism, forget about religion. Let us stand side by side with every of those people. Let us also become revolutionaries ourselves, revolutionaries that reflect, so that we can tear away this tyranny and form a new nation. That is what it is for now. If you're not a member of this channel, let us build it together. You can do so by simply tapping on the subscription button and red notification icon bell below. That will automatically make you a member of this channel. And for those who are already a member of this channel, I say a very big thank you for being part of this. Thanks for stopping by.